Ozan chased me for 6 months.
Ozan, do you agree with this?
No comment.
And being a mum, she picked the first dress that I tried on. And she was like, this is it. And she was stuck on that dress, which wasn't very helpful, but you know. So I think it was her attitude more than anything that I would have changed. I thought, is he going to leg it? Because...
Hey, it's Yalcin from Chaban Weddings, and today I'm joined by the beautiful Meltem, and we're going to be discussing her wedding. Her handsome husband Ozan is just off camera, so you may see us hinting at him a few times. Today we're just going to have a conversation to discuss how her wedding went, if she has any advice for brides-to-be, because we know you're having a challenge. If your wedding has been affected by COVID, there may be things where you might have to have a smaller wedding, or you may have to just have a registry, and some of the tips that you get from Meltem today may really help you. So let's get to it. When you look back at your wedding, is there anything like specifically that you see and you think, damn, I wish I had done that differently?
Oh, hard question. I wish I had a different hairstylist.
Really?
Yeah, do you remember her? She was quite like regimental.
I don't remember.
I had my hair up, and I think I would have still had it up. As I said, I was going for a classic look. But she wasn't very, like, nice. She was very regimental in terms of her timings. So I felt like didn't have much say if I wanted to change something, or if I wanted to add something, if I wanted to check something. I remember she was just like, yeah, it's done, that's it. Yeah. So I think it was her attitude more than anything that I would have changed. That's one thing that really stands out for me when I think back.
Normally the most stressful part is, I found for couples, is when they're walking to the front door.
Yeah.
And you know you've got about 1,000 people inside.
Yeah.
Just go back and just run me through what was going through your head at that point.
Surprisingly, I was very relaxed.
Really? What about
Ozan? He was sweating it. I remember when we stopped to get McDonald's because I was hungry, I thought, is he going to leg it? Because he was so nervous. Usually it's the opposite. I'm usually much more nervous, but I was so relaxed. I was really excited. I think because we had like shot a lot beforehand.
Oh, yes.
That helped me kind of ease into the bride role.
And what about that? Because I remember Ozan's biggest fear was that he had to do the dance in the middle, and he'd had all this training. What if I just don't make them do it?
Yeah.
Like, how about we just don't? And by the way, Ozan is behind the camera. Tell me about your dress. Why did you choose this particular dress?
I'm quite a plain Jane, so I like things quite plain. So I didn't want anything like princess or extravagant. I wanted to feel quite comfortable in the dress that I picked for my wedding day, because it's an important day and I wanted to be comfortable in it. And that's why I wanted to pick something quite plain, but classic as well. I always said, like, if I look back at my pictures in 10 years' time, I want to still like my dress. I went to I would say 6 or 7 different boutiques to look for a dress. And I always knew that I wanted something fitted, because I'm quite tall as well. I thought it would look good. And none of the dresses felt perfect, or like I didn't feel so comfortable. I remember I took my mum for my first fitting. I took my mum, and being a mum, she picked the first dress that I tried on, and she was like, this is it. And she was stuck on that dress, which wasn't very helpful, but you know.
Was she like, you look beautiful in this one?
And that's
you look
it.
Beautiful in
Why
this
are you looking
one.
for any?
You look beautiful in this one, and you was like, I might as well know. Brought
Yeah, exactly. She thought everything was beautiful.
So you always decided that you really wanted to kind of like a mermaid.
Yeah. Then I started taking my sister and a few of my cousins a few times. And then I went to a boutique and I picked a dress, and then I paid for it. And then I got home. No, we went out to eat. It was me and 2 of my friends actually. And then I was like, something clicked for me. And I realized that this dress was a dress that someone had already worn that I know.
Okay, that's the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want a dress. It's beautiful. It's timeless. It's going to suit me, but no one should have ever worn it again that I know.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I realised that she'd worn this dress and I was in tears.
So that's it. So you'd say for
It wasn't
somebody.
this. I changed the dress, by the way.
Okay, so it wasn't this dress.
No, it wasn't this dress. No, no one's worn this dress. I don't think. I changed.
Maybe afterwards.
Maybe afterwards. I don't know.
Who's the where did you-
Enzoni? It was an
Enzoni,
Enzoni dress.
okay.
I wasn't too stuck on it being a particular designer, but I know Enzoni dresses are quite fitted and they're quite not plain, but they're more fitted, like how I wanted it.
You didn't basically. Let's put it this way. You didn't want a dress that had loads of shiny bits on it.
No. Exactly.
I don't think any of my brides in them recently have had any sort of like. Have you seen any?
No.
No, I've had brides who have like large princess dresses but I don't think I've seen anyone that has that weird, the shiny ginger.
Injection joke.
Yes, I don't think we've got any of those. Not in the recent times. No, I'm just thinking back. I don't think we have.
Back. No, I think a lot of.
So if anyone sees on my Instagram, just like scroll up and then just call me out on that one.
I think a lot of your brides, from what I've seen, and just brides generally, kind of they're picking quite classy dresses, and I think that timeless element is important. Maybe because we're taking more pictures. I wonder if that has a part.
Also, it might be when you come to see me and I say, "Don't buy this shiny dress."
Yeah. This is the dress you have to buy.
Which was the better experience, like with your mum, or would you say with your friends?
Well, my mum's watching this, and I love my mum.
Mum, we love you. For the next 5 minutes, you might want to close your ears.
I love my mum.
But it's your mum, isn't it?
Yeah, she
Mum's
found
always
me
going to say
beautiful in
you're
every dress, which is not helpful because I wanted my friends to say, be honest, and to say no, yes, to give me an honest opinion, because you're relying on their opinion in that sense as well.
During this whole prep, you getting ready for the wedding, did anyone give you any advice that you were like afterwards, you're like, you know what, that was priceless, like that was such great advice, I'm so glad that this person told me?
Yeah, they did. I can't remember who, but someone just told me that you can't please everyone, and that really stayed with me, especially because we're having a big wedding, right? Because there's like more than 1,000 people, and at the beginning I was really looking into impressing everyone.
I'm just going to pretend that was me. That was all my advice. I said it to her. I was like, when she came for her consultation, funny enough, I do actually say to couples, like the most important thing is your top table and maybe the first 2 rows, because those are kind of the ones you're going to see.
I think you said that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The rest of the stuff, you won't see the people. Most cases, they won't really be involved. And also, there's going to be a lot of people there that want you to be, like, your wedding to be beautiful, but at the same time not be as good as theirs.
Haters.
Yeah, like everyone needs a hater, right? When they said that, what did you change? Like, did you do anything different?
No, I think I changed my mentality because I got really stressed. I usually don't get stressed. I think from my job and just my character, I get stressed obviously, but I don't let it kind of overwhelm me. But I think I banned the W word.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, I think I definitely banned it. With like me and Ozan, we weren't allowed to say wedding for a while.
When you were walking down that aisle, did anything catch your eye?
Did anything catch my eye? Oh, hard question.
Well, you were like, oh, she wore a white dress, I'm gonna strangle you.
No. Shout out to my guests. No one wore white. No one wore white. I don't think anything. I was impressed that the older guests weren't walking behind me. Everyone was seated.
This is for anyone who doesn't know how. So in a traditional Turkish wedding, they have the drummers that go up the front, and then normally the grandma is doing the whole behind them, and like she's offended if you tell her not to do it. In your case, I mean,
I didn't have that.
Yeah. I think. Did you warn anyone in advance? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I told them all, and I told Nasser Abi beforehand to not have that. Yeah. I had that, and I'd given some of my friends that task as well.
Okay.
So
you had people on the inside, basically.
I had people on the inside, and they had to kind of make sure that everyone was seated, because it just makes it look quite chaotic. I thought, it's already nerve-wracking.
So the question I get the most is, that when the bride and groom are dancing,
Yeah.
and you're a person who sat at your table and you're watching them and they're having a conversation, what are these people talking about? So what were you, do you remember?
Me and Ozan, what were we talking about? I think I was asking Ozan if he was okay because of how nervous he was. And he was saying yeah, and I don't remember.
You don't remember? See, that's the thing. I'm thinking back to mine.
What were you talking about?
It's okay. This is our wedding. We're here to have fun. I think the biggest challenge, because my one was hilarious, because my wife just didn't want to walk in. She was like, oh no, there's too many people. I can't go in.
Nervous.
She's basically Ozan, right? Okay. Saying, because there was a table in the way, and she was like, oh no, they better move that table. And my wedding was packed.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, they're gonna move that table because I've got a long veil, and my veil has got to be straight. Okay. And if you look closely enough at my wedding video, you actually see me pulling her inside. With her arm going, just pulling her inside, going, come on, no, it's fine, it'll be okay. Who chased who?
Ozan chased me for 6 months.
Ozan, do you agree with this?
No comment.
Tell me about your
Ozan kept messaging me on Instagram. Not Instagram, there wasn't Instagram at that time. Facebook. This was like 9 years ago, by the way.
Okay. Yes. And how was your first date? Just run me through that.
So my first date, we were young. I was 17. And I was quite wary, so I asked my cousin to come with me.
Really?
Yeah. To Nando's, by the way.
Nando's is like the ultimate first date location, isn't it? Yeah, for a lot
Back
of
in
love.
the day, if he was taking me out for a first date now, if he took me to Nando's,
really?
no chance.
Why? I mean, I took my missus to Vapiano, which was like my
That's
first
a good one.
date. Yeah, because I was like, there's no waiters, there's no one bothering you. You could just sit down and have a conversation. Yeah. And I mean, I won't go too much until I'm going to put my wife in this situation and just tell her why she didn't show up to my first date. Yes, I am shaming you on live camera. Okay.
So you waited and she didn't come?
Yeah, I was in a restaurant sitting down and she never showed up.
Wow.
And the fact that we're still married, I'm probably making her pay for it, I'll be honest with you. So you guys have been dating for how long before Ozan proposed?
7 years.
Wow, Ozan took the time, didn't he? Güzel kızı yakaladı, bekledi 7 sene. How was your proposal?
My proposal was at the Shangri-La.
Okay. Run me through that day. How was this?
Yeah, so it was, we were at a kına. Yeah? Yeah. And he said there's an after party to the kına. And I was okay. And then he took me to the Shard. And he knew exactly where to go. And I was, Ozan, how do you know where to go? Like, he knew what level to press. And do you remember? And he took me up and we went into a room and it was dark. And then I saw balloons and I was like, yeah, he's proposing here. I didn't really know. I thought it was a bit weird, but I didn't think he was proposing up until that moment.
I mean, were you expecting a proposal?
I was expecting a proposal because I always said you can propose to me once I finish studying. But I wasn't expecting it like around that particular time.
Okay, so he caught you a little bit off guard.
A bit, yeah. I'm usually good.
Yeah, well, good boy. Is there anything like you look back now and you kind of regret that you didn't do?
I didn't do.
There was something that wasn't willing to pay for.
He had no chance.
As
he didn't have a say.
Yeah. I do say that to like every bride. Like even when you guys came in, I think I said it was like I pulled those on the side. I said, don't take this personally, but you are an accessory. Yeah. You're here because she's chosen and he's like, yeah, you know what? I completely know. I've got friends who get married. They've all told me. I get it.
Yeah. That's what I kept calling him. I kept calling him my prop. I said I'm quite a plain person. I would have quite liked an intimate wedding. Yeah. I think just generally, I would have liked, but being, Turkish and the culture and having a massive wedding was quite important to my family, especially we were the first ones in our families to get married. If it was completely my say.
Do you have some envy about the brides who are coming now then?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people who, post-COVID, I mean, they might have had a panic attack during that time. Yeah. They couldn't get married. But now, families are more open-minded, we'd say, to a smaller, more intimate wedding. They're like, just get married and you get married however you want.
Yeah, I am actually. But I'm sure kind of I've got friends who are a bit envious of kind of us, where we've been much more comfortable with our wedding, because we had as many guests as we liked, and I guess you always want what you can't have. But yeah, I would have quite liked a small wedding, like very close family and friends. I guess I had my registry.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, which was intimate, but just generally I would have.
And you had that in Cape Manor, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And so how was the registry different from the wedding?
I was much more nervous for the
Really?
registry. Yeah, I was so nervous.
You didn't show it. You were
Did
late.
I not? I was late.
You were late. I mean, I remember that specifically. You remember that? Yeah, specifically. I remember you saying that you were going to. This is me putting her on the spot now, right? Saying that you went to take pictures before, but you guys were running a little late.
It's my glam squad. I was really nervous walking down the aisle on my registry day, because I think it was intimate, so it's all the people that obviously we love and I care about, and I was walking down with my dad, and I knew that we had to like speak, so I was quite nervous.
It was a very gloomy day.
Yeah.
And the location we picked on purpose because we were like, well, what if it rains? This is the UK sort of thing, right? But there was like a little greenery area, and I remember when I was walking past going, please, give me 5 minutes in this location. Just give me 5 minutes. And I think we basically got 5 minutes in that location before it started raining. Yeah. We did have a few challenges with Ozan's suit.
He made me wait. I got ready before Ozan.
Actually, funny enough, you did, because Ozan had a slight like misdemeanor tear. We ain't going to talk about where it is, but he had I always see it from the photographer side, the videographer side, right? So when we're doing our films, it's always easier to be on the behind the camera, because the person doesn't necessarily, I don't know what they're going through. Even with my own wedding, I kind of just let it happen, right? But what was the experience like when you're stood there and you're trying to take photos? Was that something that you had to work your way through?
Yeah, because I'm not very comfortable with photos. I might look confident, but I'm not extremely confident. I don't think I'm a very photogenic person. Like, I'm not all about photos, if that makes sense. So, but I completely trusted you, and I said it to Ozan as well before it. I'm going to do whatever he says, and I'm just going to trust it, and I'm not going to question it. When you told me you're going to hang my dress on the tree,
oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. I wanted to get some pictures of it while it was a bit windy. Yeah. It wasn't raining, right? And I just thought it looked so nice, because your dress, some dresses they look great on. Like when the bride wears a dress, it just looks so nice on them. But when they're not wearing it, it just looks a little flat and not particularly nice, right? But when they wear it, I'm like, wow, you know what? That's such a nice dress. With your dress, which is a mermaid dress, the dress itself, even when there's no one wearing it, it still holds its shape and looks very pretty. And I thought this dress would look so nice hanging off a tree with the wind sort of blowing her veil and thing. And then I said it to you, and I was like, I'm going to take your dress. And I remember Shannara, which is your makeup artist, saying, you're not actually going to do that, right? I said, yeah, watch me through that window.
And we stopped the makeup, by the way, and we just watched you. So, I had like half face of makeup. You were up on a tree in the other bit with the blossoms.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Oh,
you like going up trees?
I was looking at you two, and there was the cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
And they were slowly blowing in the wind. And I thought, this is going to be an epic picture. And Bobby, to the cameraman, what you're going to do is you're going to go slow-mo, stay there, and then I'm going to shake this tree. I thought it would be quite a romantic moment as well. And because you two have such strong chemistry together, like there's that cheekiness. What are the main points that you can remember? Like, because it's been a while, but what's stuck in your memory?
The shoots stand out for me because, as I said, I'm not really into kind of photos and I'm not very comfortable in front of a camera. So the fact that I was able to be, it was a good kind of experience for me, because I don't know when else am I going to get a shoot like that. And I think kind of past kind of the middle of the wedding where everyone's very comfortable and you're just dancing away.
Is that when Ozan's had a few
Yeah.
Is it chilled out?
Yeah. Ozan was in the air a few
They
times.
did throw you, didn't they?
A few times.
Was
yeah.
there any point in your wedding day that you thought, oh my God, what am I doing?
I'm talking to all these people. Half of them want to kiss you as well. Just like, congrats. That felt quite overwhelming.
Okay. Did you have the I need to wipe my face experience? Because I had that.
What?
Where it was like the amount of people who kiss me and our people. This is a public service announcement to our people, okay? You don't, especially the elders, you don't have to kiss with the inside of your mouth. Your lips do have lips on the outside, so you can't just kiss the person. You don't have to leave slime on the other person's face, okay? And that happens during your wedding for like a couple of hundred people kissing you, and afterwards, like, I need to wash my face.
You know what? The brides now are lucky. COVID, they're not going to be kissing.
Exactly. You're not going to get that kind of advice somewhere else. Now that you've got your video and your pictures, how many times have you seen it?
Wow. I think I've seen it like 20 times.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to watch it religiously, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. Ozan would hate it.
What was that experience like when you sat down, you'd had your wedding, you'd had enough time, you've gone through all of this and you saw your wedding trailer and your wedding preview for the first time? What was that experience like?
I mean, it was quite exciting to come and see it at your studio actually, because it made it a bit more kind of magical in a way. I really enjoyed that. I remember not remembering much from it because it's like the first time. So I kept just looking at myself. I don't think I looked at anything else. I kept looking at myself. But it was nerve-wracking because I've lived it now. I can't change anything about it. I wonder how it looks, but also exciting as well because I don't remember much from the wedding day until I watched it. I remember asking right towards the end, asking someone for the time. I thought this is going on for too long now.
In many weddings, you have like where the dad or the mum's normally does, but you have the dad who's sort of like in the background. Your dad was like, listen, this is my wedding.
There's a footage where he's on the drum and my mum's trying to pull him down.
Because you're the first one in your family to get married, aren't
exactly.
you? Did you go anywhere beyond like London or the UK to look for anything, to get anything?
I got my registry dress from Turkey.
Okay. Yeah. And how was that journey?
That was interesting as well because we had like 10 days to pick a dress.
That's more than the wedding dress.
Yeah.
Well, look at you.
Yeah.
Did you just pretend and just make a holiday and say, I'm going there for a dress? Like, because that's happened to me with my wife.
I think my mum did that more than me. She enjoyed the Istanbul tour. And
in our culture to a degree, and any sort of like Asian culture sort of thing, the bride leaves her house, and that's a very sort of emotional point between the mum, and in your kana you probably were having that emotional thing. But what was that experience like, the one final time with your mum?
It was really nice actually. It was me, my mum and my sister went, so it was really nice. It felt like a mini hen for us. It was nice kind of, we spent 10 days together in Istanbul. It's a beautiful city. At the same time we were doing wedding prep, so it was exciting. My mum loves that sort of thing. When we started buying bits for my house, like chairs, and we were just like buying pans and pots, that felt real because kind of just implying like it's for my house and not their house. That's where it was like, oh, this is a bit emotional.
I know a lot of my brides, which I firmly fight them against, but they do some crash diets to get into a dress. Did you diet or did you do anything specifically?
I didn't do a crash diet, but I went to the gym and I hate gyms. So that counts.
Is there anything specifically your mum cooks and you're like, I wish I could cook that?
Börek.
Your mum's börek. Listen, mum. This is Yalcin from Chaban Weddings saying we haven't tasted your börek. So we want to see that börek. We want some börek. How long did it take you to plan the honeymoon?
Not very long.
Okay. And where did you go?
We went to Thailand and Maldives. We were away for 2 weeks. We left, I think, 2 days after the wedding.
Oh, so you gave yourself a little bit of a break.
Like a day here, and then the second day we travelled. It was a bit stressful actually packing at the same time as the wedding prep. I remember the next day I was packing.
Did you have any like fun experiences?
Any fun things? I think Bangkok was a fun city. It's quite a lively, upbeat city. But we just wanted to relax. So I remember the first day when we got to the hotel, I think I just slept the whole day because it's so tiring the days before.
What is it like going to the Maldives? Because this is like a quite popular place, like for people to honeymoon in.
Yes. It was amazing. I was very anxious of the seaplane. I don't like flying. Yeah, I was so scared. I was like watching videos of seaplanes religiously. And you departed on the sea and you land on the sea. But it was the best experience of my life, that seaplane. The captain had no shoes on. Yeah, he was, I think he took his sandals off as well. He was wearing shorts and the captain was sat right there and we were just behind him, and just looking at the Maldives from above was amazing. It was beautiful. I wasn't scared one bit. I really enjoyed it, yeah.
So for somebody who was a bit stressed out.
Yeah, exactly.
So is it as relaxing and, well, mind you say it's slightly boring, as they say?
We didn't find it boring.
Really?
A lot of people said
there's so many brides that have that say, you know what, after day 3 or 4, I was kind of a bit bored.
Maybe I'm boring, but maybe I'm a boring person, but I could have stayed there for another week.
Really?
We really enjoyed it.
Well, what's the part that you enjoyed the most about the Maldives?
Just the island life. Like, you don't care. You don't care about shoes. You don't care really kind of what you're wearing. There's sharks, stingrays.
Now that you're married and the stress is gone, what do you think about the whole concept of marriage?
Oh, deep question. We've been married through lockdown, so I guess it's been a bit different. We've been forced to spend time with each other. But I guess we were together for a very long time before, and I think it's not the same as marriage. With marriage, you really get to know. I thought I knew everything about Ozan, and I'm sure he felt the same about me. But with marriage, you really see kind of sides that you haven't seen before. But I think it's a beautiful thing because you're sharing a life together. Like, everything you do is mutual. Even like the food that you pick, it's because you both like it. And your ambitions are the same, your goals are the same. It's all towards the same thing. So it's quite nice. Is there
anything that you've had to make a compromise on just so that you guys are happy?
Ozan would like me to compromise on shopping so that he is happy, but I am not going to compromise.
What do we specifically mean by when you say shopping?
So Ozan was very surprised at the amount of parcels that was delivered to our house.
I'm laughing because that was the conversation I had with my wife this morning. Going, Amazon's working for us. This is what it says.
I'm friends with my delivery guy.
Really? Is there anything that now that you're married, that you guys are together, that you didn't know about Ozan, that you know now? That you're like, you know what, that's a nice thing, and then, damn, I wish I could change that. Which you probably will. She'll bug you, Ozan. Don't worry. She'll get you in the end. My wife got me. She'll get you.
Ozan's very helpful around the house. And because we both work, he might not look like it, but he is very, very helpful around the house.
Really?
Yeah. He's surprised.
Good on you, Ozan.
He's we both work. And so he's very fair. So if I cook, he will clean. I do the dishes.
So you think that duo thing is what makes your marriage work?
100%. Because it shouldn't rely on one person. It shouldn't rely on me, nor should it rely on him. Because, as I said, we both work. And even if I didn't, it's your home together, so you both want to make it nice. And
is there any sort of things that you find challenging in marriage so far? You've only been married for a short period of time. Yeah. There's probably a question for my brides that have been married a little bit longer, but is there any sort of challenges that you're like, you didn't expect just being married?
Any challenges?
Don't throw them under a bus.
Even though obviously you're in a relationship, when you're not living together, you don't think as much when you're like doing things. Even though I don't, he never like stops me from doing anything. But I still have to think about our schedule when I'm making social plans and does it suit us? And so kind of considering both of us when we're making plans, I guess that's...
Are you guys thinking of having kids?
One day. Yeah.
Okay. And is anyone seriously bugging you about this at the moment?
My sister keeps sending me cute baby pictures on Instagram.
You should send her cute puppy photos and go,
Yes,
oh, look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She keeps sending, and like, she doesn't say anything, she just sends me pictures.
Of cute baby. Do you think your mum's instigating that?
I think my mum, she says that she doesn't want the baby to call her Nan.
Really?
She wants to be Taser.
My dad was so against being called a granddad until he had grandkids, and now he's like just rolling around with them. I'm like, going, who is this guy?
For my mum, I think it's like an age thing.
Oh, really? Yes, I'll wait till that kid comes and they do it. Just pretend that I'm your sister. Yeah. I'm not as pretty, but just pretend I'm your sister. And what advice would you give her when it comes to her wedding and what you'd want her to know?
Yeah, I would want her to know that all the guests are probably going to look at her for a moment and then worry about themselves and worry about what they're wearing and the fun they're having. So not to kind of worry so much about what people think. And as long as she likes what she's doing, she likes what she's wearing, she's happy with her hair and her makeup, that's really important. But to do everything that she wants, so that in 10 years' time she doesn't think, oh, I wish I did that, I wish I had that. So to go for it, it is hopefully a one time. Hopefully.
I'm pointing because Ozan's behind the camera.
So do what you want and do it for you, don't do it for other people. I think that's really important. It's really easier to say, especially because there are loads of guests.
Well, that's some great advice. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the great conversation today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit the like button and you subscribe, because we're going to be doing loads more videos about weddings and with our beautiful brides, giving advice, and maybe we might even have a few mother-in-laws. Let's see how that goes.